Securities and Exchange Commission. The New Deal sought to repair the disasters of the Great Depression that began with the stock market crash of 1929. It was a set of government programs aimed at economic relief, recovery, and reform. It intended to fix the depression and prevent future ones. One of those key programs designed to reform the financial crisis was the Securities and Exchange Commission Act of 1934. It was designed to regulate the stock market and prevent abuses and fraud. This is stated in the Securities Act of 1933. To provide full and fair disclosure of the character of securities sold in interstate and foreign commerce and through the mails, and to prevent frauds in the sale thereof, and for other purposes. Goals. The primary goal was to protect investors and ensure that security markets are fair and honest. They did this by 1. Enforcing laws. The SEC enforces laws that requires public companies to submit reports on the regular that include financial reports and management discussion and analysis. 2. Maintaining a database. The SEC maintains the EDGAR system, electronic data gathering, analysis, and retrieval, that contained information filed with the agency. 3. Monitoring security transactions. By regulating securities transactions, the SEC is able to avoid fraudulent practices. And 4. Providing resources. The SEC offers resources for new investors. They include info on investment advisors and help with strategy. The Securities Exchange Act of 1934 says, for the reasons hereinafter enumerated, transactions in securities as commonly conducted upon securities exchanges and over-the-counter markets are affected with the national public interest, which makes it necessary to provide for regulation and control of such transactions and of practices and matters related thereto, including transactions by officers, directors, and principal security holders, to require appropriate reports, to remove impediments to and perfect the mechanisms of a national market system for securities and a national system for the clearance and settlement of securities transactions and the safeguarding of securities and funds related thereto, and to propose a requirements necessary to make such regulation and control reasonably complete and effective, in order to protect interstate commerce, the national credit, the federal taxing power, to protect and make more effective the national banking system and Federal Reserve System, and to ensure the maintenance of fair and honest markets in such transactions. Success. In my opinion, I think the SEC was mostly effective and successful. It did restore confidence in financial markets and increase transparency and regulated markets to prevent fraud. Despite receiving criticism for not detecting the Bernard Madoff Ponzi scheme that defrauded thousands of investors out of an estimated $65 billion over at least 17 years, I think the good outweighs the bad. In his speech, the Securities and Exchange Commissions, after the special study of securities markets, former Chairman William L. Carey stated, the Commission has been effective in curbing the most flagrant abuses in the securities markets and in fostering an atmosphere of fair dealing essential to the growth of investment. This quote reflects the success of the program in regulating security markets.